So, Mosaic is here. I think it's a great upgrade to the sport pilot and light sport aircraft category. Basically, we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with this. I went over to the website for the FAA and read most of it briefly, went through it, and went through some comments online and stuff like that. But this is awesome because the amount of aircraft that you're going to be able to fly as a sport pilot is basically everything that you would train in as a general aviation pilot. So the rules are, at least basically they got rid of a lot of the rules. So the only thing limiting the aircraft now is the stalling speed in a clean configuration and dirty configuration. There's actually two parts to the rule. So if you're a sport pilot, they're going to allow you to fly an airplane that stalls up to 59 knots clean. And you can fly any aircraft that does that. Basically, the restrictions on retractable gear, controllable pitch propellers, the type of engine. You could have an electric engine if you wanted. So basically it's not a piston pounder engine anymore. You can have any type of engine propulsion system as long as the aircraft stalls below 59 knots. Now the category of light sport is going to, for the airplane to be categorized as a light sport aircraft, the number's different. It's actually 61 knots dirty stalling speed. So that aircraft will be still considered a light sport aircraft, but sport pilots can only fly aircraft up to 59 knots, I read it several times, that's what it is. So anyway, this is a great improvement. You're going to be able to fly very stable airplanes, especially when you're learning, like Cessna 172s, 182s, most of the Pipers, four-seater Pipers. And that's the other thing. Instead of 2 seats, you can have 4 seats. But you can only still carry 1 passenger. So 2 occupants, but you can still have 4 seats. So any aircraft that stalls for a sport pilot, 59 knots, clean, with 4 seats, 2 occupants, you're good to go. And the best thing I saw was, I come from a aerial platform type of working commercial pilot. I've flown a lot of cargo or survey work and, a lot of hauling of stuff and doing work in the air work. Now sport pilots are going to be able to do that type of work with with proper training. And same with the aircraft. You can fly all these different aircraft with proper training. If you're going to fly retractable gear, you have to have proper training. If you're going to go fly aerial photography, or the list included infrastructure, which I'm assuming that's pipeline patrol, aerial photography, filming, agricultural survey, which is not really ag pilots. That's still a really special skill, commercial pilot rated type skill that you need. But agricultural surveys and that's the general list. I think that's great. Those operations have always been VFR. A lot of companies want I always see these companies want, IFR rated commercial pilot, this many hours, all this stuff. But basically it comes down to you're flying the work day VFR, good weather. If you're running into weather, it's probably not a good day to do survey work. So anyway, I'm very excited about Mosaic. I've been flying sport planes for the last couple of years just to get familiar with the category, and I think it's definitely the rating of the future to get people involved, get older pilots back involved. you need that experience in aviation. Aviation, everybody knows all about experience. So to have those older guys come back and kind of mentor, that'd be great. Get younger guys that can get ratings, licensing in half the time, and then get signed off as they go, a license to learn legitimately, to get signed off to go into higher airspace or better, busier airspace, class Bravo and stuff like that. Get signed off on these new aircraft. I think it's just going to be something that brings people into aviation a lot easier.